we are. Can you just believe this? Because this is where we're at right now. And I want to say, before August arrives, there are 5 things to do this weekend. Just 5. And what is that? What is it for? It's for preparing your home for a new season. Because I don't know about you, but this is our last Thursday of July. Honestly, every year I say the same thing. Where did the summer go? It feels just like yesterday we were talking about Memorial Day, making summer plans, July 4th, what are we doing? And thinking we had all the time in the world. The beach days, the vacation, the home projects, slower mornings, longer evenings. And now August is literally around the corner. And there is something about August that always feels like a fresh start to me. Even if you don't have children in school, even if you're retired, enjoying life, and even if your kids are grown and out of the house, August does bring a shift. The stores are full of supplies, calendars are filling up, and people begin talking more about routines. Routines again. And before we know it, we're talking about Labor Day. And then somehow in between, there's the holidays like Halloween and Thanksgiving. So for me personally, this August feels especially very special. And why is that? It's because my youngest daughter will be starting her senior year of high school. I honestly don't know how we got here. I remember kindergarten, packing those lunches. I remember those school projects, carpools, middle school. And now we're talking about college applications, senior pictures, and then what comes after high school. Oh my gosh. I have to say, time really does fly. And if I'm being honest, the season has me feeling a little bit nostalgic. It has me reflecting, thinking about how quickly life changes, how our homes change, how our routines change, how the systems that worked a few years ago don't always work today. I think that the one of the biggest lessons organizing has taught me, and also working with my clients, is that every system deserves a season. So every season deserves a system. So yes, the systems that worked when your kids were toddlers may not work when they were teenagers. The systems that worked before retirement may not work after. The systems that worked in June, a couple of months ago, literally, like, may not work in August. And that's okay, because organizing isn't about perfection. It's about adjusting. It's about preparing. It's about creating systems that support the season of life you're living right now. So today, I thought have one last July coffee chat, and let's talk about 5 things that we can do all before August arrives to help our homes, ourselves, you feel a little bit more prepared for the next season. So grab your coffee, my friend, and let's get into it. Let's reset your calendar before it resets you, so to speak. Okay. I think one of the reasons August feels overwhelming is because everything seems to happen all at once: appointments, school orientations, sports schedules, travel, doctor visits, work deadlines, end of August. Let's get that going here, right? Fall events. The holidays start creeping up into our minds somehow. And then suddenly we go from slower pace of summer to feeling like we're like doing this mad dash of sprinting. The average American says that we don't have enough time. Do we? But I don't think it's about time. I think it's about visibility. So hear me out on this one, okay? So just hear me out. Everything is floating around in your heads. And when everything stays in our heads, it feels a little bit heavier. And one of the things I like to do at the end of July, yes, is a calendar reset. I sit down with my planner. I do have a planner, and I also have my work calendar, everything also on my phone. I've got all that covered. And I ask myself, like, what's coming up? What needs to happen? What can wait? How about that question? And what do I need to prepare for? Is there anything coming up that I really need to prepare for? And where can I build in rest? You heard me right, rest. Because if I don't intentionally look ahead, life starts running instead of me running my schedule. And I think we need more white space. White space to what? To breathe, to rest. White space for the unexpected, like I happen to have this summer, right? Because life always happens, especially this season. For me personally, is bringing in the senior year, the beginning of it. Oh, and I know where there'll be so many moments, there'll be so many events that I can't even anticipate. And I don't want to miss them because I've overscheduled everything else. So that is why I'm saying that, because you need to ask yourself 4 questions. You ready? You're going to ask yourself, what absolutely has to happen in August? What can wait until September? And where can I intentionally leave margin? And what commitments no longer fit this season? Research shows that people who plan their weeks in advance report lower stress levels. And guess what else? Greater productivity. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So reset your home for the season ahead. Our homes, my friends, do need seasonal resets. Yes, they do. I don't think we talk enough about that. Your home in July should probably look a little bit different than it does in November. You seeing that comparison there? Your home in August may need to look a little bit different than it did in June. So by the end of the summer, our homes are carrying a lot of, because mine are, beach bags, pool towels, schoolers, summer projects, travel gear, extra laundry. Those towels are endless. Summer memories for sure. And maybe a little bit clutter as well. But again, this is the perfect time to walk through your home and simply ask, does this space support the season we're entering? The spaces, the entryway, the pantry, the kitchen, the laundry room, your home office, the guest room, the command center. Sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes the answer is yes. And there is where we just have to simply adjust. I always notice this shift in our house. The beach things, they slowly get put away. I have an area in my garage. I have an area in my butler's pantry in the back there. That's where I place my beach bag. And the rhythm of the days starts changing. And that is where the house begins to prepare for something new. It's preparing for something new. And I think our homes should evolve with us. So small home resets. I'm going to just list a couple because I thought this might give you a good starter. Okay. You ready? Small home resets. Refresh your pantry. Empty the refrigerator. Just clean it out. Replenish household supplies. Declutter that paperwork, because that is one of those tasks that will be a little bit ongoing. But if you keep it up, my friend, I'm telling you, there is a beautiful light at the end of the tunnel of of the papers. Trust me, I know. Donate the things you don't use this summer. Just don't. I mean, like if you didn't use it, see if you can let it go. Put away things that are creating visual clutter, like those extra shoes that might not be needed anymore. Put them away, put them in your closet. You don't need to organize your entire house. You just need to simply prepare your home for what comes next. And that, my friend, is always the best, to think what's next for your home. Studies suggest that cluttered environments can increase stress and reduce our ability to focus. Your home should support the life you're living in today, my friend. So let us reset your routines. I mean, I think routines are one of the most underrated organizing tools. Because why? Because it's not the baskets. It's not those containers. It's the routines that keep everything moving. Summer tends to kind of shake things up. Later bedtimes, different meal schedules, more spontaneity. I hope you have and you still continue having spontaneity in your summer here. We have different laundry habits, but I still keep up with my schedule. I just have different ones in between for summer, like we all do. more travel, less structure. And honestly, I have to say, I'm okay with it all. I do think that we need to stop though expecting ourselves to jump right back into the routines overnight because transitions, they actually take a little bit of time. So instead, I like to ask what worked this summer, what didn't, what do I want more of, and what do I want less of? Maybe it's family dinners that happened more often over the summer. I want to keep that going. Maybe you slow down. Not bad, right? Maybe you are going to walk around the block a little bit more. Why don't we continue that? Maybe you spent some time outside. So, what pieces of summer do you actually want to keep? Think about that. There's nothing wrong with bringing that into the next season because at the same time, you have to also say, what routines do you miss? Is it that evening kitchen reset? Maybe it's that Sunday planning that you didn't do over the summer. Maybe it's that morning quiet time. So this is your opportunity to gently rebuild, not perfectly, but what? But intentionally. So you do need to ask yourself these questions, and I wrote them down for you. You ready? What routines made life easier for you? What routines created stress? And what is one habit that you would like to bring back? And what's one new habit you actually would like to try? Studies show that routines reduce decision fatigue and lower stress. Small disciplines, my friend, repeated with consistency every day lead to what? Great achievements. And that is by John C. Maxwell. Let go of what didn't work. This might be my favorite conversation. Because why? Because every season require us to let go of something. Maybe this summer didn't look the way that you thought it would be. Maybe you didn't finish those projects. Maybe you didn't accomplish all of your goals. Maybe unexpected things happened, which, yes, happened to me. It's all about what happened in July. Oh, yes, and those wisdom teeth. Oh, yes. But maybe life simply got in the way, and that's okay. I think every season teaches us something. The season with my daughter entering her senior year is reminding me to slow down, to be present in the moment, to enjoy those moments, and not to rush through them because they go by so quickly. I think organizing isn't just about our homes, it's about our lives. And sometimes creating space means letting go of old expectations. That's something different to think about, right? So, you're going to ask yourself a little bit more questions. I know it's all about questions today, but it's more about so that you can understand what it means to go into the next month. What am I carrying that no longer serves me? What expectations can I release? What pressure can I let go of? And what do I want more of the next season? Every new beginning comes from something other than beginning's end by Seneca. Creating something to look forward to. How about that? I think we spend so much time preparing everyone else for a new season that we forget ourselves. You forget yourself. Parents especially. We're getting so involved and we get everybody else organized, right? We get everyone prepared, everybody ready, and then we realize we never asked ourselves. Have you asked yourself, what am I excited about? What do I need to do? What do you need to do? What am I looking forward to? Maybe it's a trip. Yeah, like an adult trip. No kids, just, adults. A project, a hobby, a class that you want to sign up for. Or what about a coffee date? You know me. A slower season, a new routine. Research shows that simply having something to look forward to increases happiness and lowers stress. I so love that. Because why? Because anticipation is so powerful. So before August arrives, plan something for yourself as well. It could be big, it could be small. something, you ready, that reminds you that the next season isn't just about responsibilities. It's about possibilities. All right. So I've got a weekly challenge and I've got now 3 sentences. I want you to fill in the blank. Okay. You ready? This fall, I want more blank. This fall, I want less blank. And you ready? One thing I'll do this weekend to prepare is, so write it down. Let me repeat that again. You ready? Here's the challenge. 3 sentences you need to complete. This fall, I want more of what? This fall, I want less of, fill in the blank. And the one thing I'll do this weekend to prepare is, and write it down. Put it somewhere you'll see it and revisit it in a few weeks. So let's do a quick recap. Okay. So we talked about resetting your calendar. We're going to reset your home, reset your routines. That's a lot. And let go of what didn't work, because you do have to ask yourself those questions in order to get to the next step. And then create something to look forward to, because August doesn't have to feel overwhelming, my friend. It can feel intentional, a fresh start, a gentle transition. A what? A chance to create systems that support the next season of life, because every season deserves a reset. And remember, organizing doesn't happen all at once. It happens how? Step by step, little by little. Thank you so much, my friend, for today. Until next week.